Back tonight, we're hosting a holiday party. Let's take a look back at some very special moments from this very special calendar year. Here are the 25 Sports Top 10 High School Sports Stories of the Year for 2022.
At number 10, the Washington Panther baseball team made it back-to-back trips to state, finishing third place in state, led by a dynamic duo of Bradley recruits Easton Harris and Gus Lucas. The Washington Panthers have become a state power in high school baseball. Number 9 will stay with the Middle Illini Conference for Limestone's Wilson Georges. He wrapped up an amazing high school career with a record-breaking state finals performance. Georges blazes his way to the Class 2A state title in the 1600. A joyous moment for Wilson Georges. His state title in the 1600 for Limestone High. At number 8, what a year for high school wrestling. The first ever girls state wrestling finals. Peoria Richwood's Jada Johnson finishing second place in state. The Tremont boys as a team finished second in state. Meanwhile, Washington's Cannon Webster earned his second state title. He's going for a third this year as a University of Illinois recruit. And in one of the great moments of the year, Bloomington's Jack Weltha winning in overtime to win a state championship for Bloomington High School. At number 7, it's Normal Community's golden girl, Allie Ince. After winning 3 state titles at the track meet as a freshman, Allie Ince won 2 more as a sophomore, winning the 400 and 800 meters. Through 2 years of high school track, Allie Ince now has 5 state titles. Amazing. And still has 2 more seasons of high school track. At number 6, the IVC volleyball team and the amazing Kenna Woolard. Woolard rewrote the Central Illinois record book in volleyball, being named the Champaign News-Gazette Illinois State Player of the Year. But Kenna was never about individual honors. Woolard and IVC had the best season in school history, finishing third place in state. At number 5, 2 amazing high school football runs to Champaign. The Tri-Valley Vikings, led by standout All-State running back Blake Reganold, made it to Champaign, losing a heartbreaking state title game to Decatur St. Teresa, but an amazing run for Reganold and the Vikings. And how about Peoria High? Malachi Washington had a whopping 53 touchdowns as the Peoria High Lions and their massive offensive line made it all the way to the state title game, finishing second place in state in an amazing state championship game versus Nazareth Academy. At number 4, the Metamora Redbirds basketball team. Metamora capped off their best season in school history with a second-place finish at state. We'll all remember their amazing semifinal win over Chicago powerhouse Simeon. We'll also always remember the game of the year, their state title heartbreaking overtime loss on a miracle shot by Springfield Sacred Heart Griffin. At number 3, girls basketball kept us busy in 2022. The Morton Potters made a return to Redbird Arena, earning their first ever third place finish at states. Fieldcrest wrapped up their best season in school history, finishing in 4th place at state. Meanwhile, Brimfield won it all. The Brimfield girls winning their first ever state championship with a win over Galena. Ewan Peterson making the game-winning free throws with 2.1 seconds to go and giving us the interview of the year.
I made sure to keep my composure and just follow through and hopes to the Lord it went in. And it did, so.
State champs.
Yeah, it feels amazing.
Brimfield, a state champion, story number 3. Story number 2, back-to-back in dramatic fashion. For the second straight year, Illini Bluffs wins the state title on a walk-off in extra innings. Illini Bluffs beating Casey Westfield. Kirsten McCoy wrapped up her great career pitching a shutout. And in the 9th inning, it was Lily Hicks driving in the game-winning run. As Illini Bluffs says, twice is nice. Back-to-back state titles for the Tigers. And the number one story of the year, Peoria Notre Dame strive for 5. Peoria Notre Dame wins their 5th state title in soccer, beating Chatham Glenwood in the state championship game, the Irish's first state championship since 2012. An incredible team effort by the Irish, but what a moment. What a father-son moment as head coach Mike Bear celebrates with senior goalie Dylan Bear. A year to remember for the Irish. Peoria Notre Dame taking the 5th. Our 2022 biggest high school sports story of the year.
What an amazing, amazing high school year. Can't wait for the final week of the year next week and then on to 2023. Merry Christmas to all of you. But first, tonight's Jim Dandy.
It's our high school sports Jim Dandy of the year. Tri-Valley in the semifinals at Maroa Forsyth. The punter Andy Knox gets off a good punt, but on a windy day, Mother Nature's wind, and then the human wind of the Tri-Valley Vikings. Look at this team effort by the Vikings, one after another, fanning the ball and fanning the ball and fanning the ball right down to the half-yard line. The Tri-Valley Vikings, great teamwork. Our high school Jim Dandy of the year.